Hello and welcome to Euphoria. Today I'd like to make a start on converting this little building into a modular building. This is the Honeydukes Sweet Shop from the Harry Potter set Hogsmeade Village Visit, set number 76388. The set itself consists of two buildings. There's the Honeydukes Sweet Shop and the Three Broomsticks public house, but both of them are kind of half buildings because they're doll's house style with an open back. But I thought they'd be interesting starting points to make modular buildings from. As you can see, it's quite a cute little building, just a single story with a kind of little attic room in the roof, and it's set up to be a kind of snowy scene with snow on the roof and around the base of the building. This one in particular seems to lend itself to being made into a small modular building, or rather a half-size modular building, because the width of the building is 16 studs, and that's the width of a half modular building. In theory, it should be relatively easy to place this onto a 16 by 32 base plate and make it into a half modular building. A modular building that meets the normal standards should have these connection points at the bottom of the side wall on each side. So that means that the building itself can sit on the base plate like so, and as you can see, it's about half the depth that you need for a normal modular building. Now I suppose I could just buy two of these and put one on the back facing the other way, and that would in effect make a half-size modular building. But there are lots of things that I want to do to improve this set, change the look of it, and obviously deal with some of the issues that are inherent in this design. There are lots of things about this building that I would like to keep, such as these round windows at the front and the nice front door. I quite like the dormer window in the front here, and generally I like the colour scheme and shape of the building, and I think I'm quite happy to keep the concept of this building as being a sweet shop. But as you might have seen from the video where I built this building, there's quite a lot of things that I don't like about it and would like to improve. I've already mentioned it's only half a building, so obviously it needs another half at the back. The upstairs room is very small, and there's actually no means of access to get to the upstairs, so maybe some kind of staircase would be good. And although it would be nice to keep the character of the building as a fairly small traditional building, I think it might be nice to add another story to give a bit more space to the interior of the building. So there are some things here that needs to be fixed. Here where it sticks out beyond the side, obviously this base plate would be removed. I do want to remove the snow from the roof, and looking at the way this roof is constructed, I may need to change this construction because this actually sticks out beyond the side here. So I'm going to start by kind of stripping this building down to the parts that I want to keep, and then looking again at how I can build it up into the modular building that I really want. So the first thing I'm going to do is to try and take the base off. This base is made up of a number of plates in white, and what I want to do is to be able to place the building onto this, which is the kind of footprint for a half-size modular building. Now obviously as I'm doing this, most of the interior is coming away as well, but that doesn't really bother me too much because I will always be able to fit the interior back in based on the new size of the building, its footprint and internal layout. So after a bit of play, the building fits quite nicely onto a 16 wide base plate. The front looks reasonably okay. I can still fit it in with the modular connection points on the side. I've taken the snow off the top of the bay windows here, but not off the roof yet. So I'll do that next. So that's the snow taken off the roof. Obviously it looks a bit barer now. There are some gaps appearing that the snow or the white pieces were covering over, and I still really don't like the top part of the roof here, where there seems to be a lot of complicated joints that kind of don't quite work. Also, as I'm finding, bits keep falling off, so it's obviously not that stable like this. But then, you know, it's not really on properly, it's not being supported at the moment. I've actually lost or removed some of the pieces that were supporting the roof. But the other thing I need to consider, if I'm going to turn this into a kind of proper modular building, is that I want the roof, or whatever comes here, the next floor, to be removable in modular style. So that means I need a kind of tiling separation layer along the top of the walls of the ground floor. And also, when this roof is in position, roughly there, it actually overhangs the side of the building, which means that another modular building won't be able to fit up directly against it. So I think I'll have some major re-engineering work to do with the roof part of this build. Plus, of course, I need more bricks to complete the back half of the building. So, although this appears to be at first a straightforward conversion, as usual it turns out to be a bit more complicated than you might at first have thought. Nevertheless, I think there's a lot of potential here, and this could make a really nice little half modular building. Although I've got a few bricks left over from what I've done so far, clearly I'll need a lot more bricks to finish this off. So I'll have a look in my stock of bricks, see what I have that can progress this build further. But really, I think I need to do a bit more thinking about how this can be made into a proper modular building. Let me know what you think. Is it worth the effort to make this into a small modular building? Do you like the potential of this as an interesting little MOC? And what would you do to develop it further? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any updates on this MOC and my other projects. And I look forward to seeing you back again very soon.